Welcome back, Hatt Clan fam. Coming with you with a brand new video with yet again another KNA product review. This is the KNA NG-2 portable piezo pickup for nylon string guitar. Now, I have done reviews on this particular product in the past. This is the same exact product, but I figured that I should update the video because I did that video about 4 years ago. And with this one in particular, there is actually some new little things that come in the box that the previous versions that I have received in the past that I've done reviews on didn't come with. And we'll get right into that and I'll show you what that looks like. So let's go ahead and jump right on in and we'll take a look at what we have inside. So here we are checking out the box. Pretty nice, sleek design. And as you can see, this is exactly how it sits on the actual bridge of your guitar. But anyway, let's take a look inside here. Got some pretty standard directions and some information. We'll set this aside. And just some basic KNA information. If you like the pickup, please let us know. So normal cabling, as to be expected, to plug into our amp. Here's our standard clip, little clip that you put on your belt. And this is the main thing that I'm mainly pretty excited about, because in previous videos that I've done, I do not believe that this was included with them before. I don't remember this on the previous reviews that I had. This is a magnet, so I'll show you how that works here in a moment. And then here is the actual unit. Let's set this box to the side. So pretty small and slender here, all mahogany construction. You can see that it's really quite thin. And one thing that is the big contrast between this and the older brother of this device, the NG-1, is the NG-1 doesn't have a dynamic volume control on it. So this is really useful because you can have more complex dynamic variations with the SG-2 model of it. And again, here's all the directions, but I'll show you how to install this here in a moment. But this is the thing that's kind of cool about this, is it has a magnet underneath it, so that you can run your cable off of your guitar and not have any issues with it slapping your guitar or resonating on top of your soundboard. So similarly with other KNA products, the installation process is very straightforward. First things first, you need to remove all of the tensions on your string, almost as if you're going to be doing a complete string change. So you'll notice that my strings are very loose, and what I'm essentially going to be doing is just feeding the pickup underneath the strings so that the contact of the string is actually tied over top of the actual top side of the pickup here. And I'm just going to kind of feed it through little by little. Okay, so now that we have this here, all I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm just going to apply a little bit of pressure, and I'm just going to push this underneath each string, just like so, kind of going underneath each string, making sure that it lines up just little by little. And again, you don't have to apply that much pressure because you're just kind of feeding this under the string, such as so, and kind of just lining it up on your angle there. And basically now it's all in position. One last little thing is I want to show you how to put the magnet on here so that we can kind of put it on the lower bow of the guitar here. So this is a magnet that comes with this, and you're just going to take this off, and it's got a little plastic washer. You can kind of just set that to the side. And because I still have my strings loose, I'm just going to feed this underneath and set this over on top. So I'm just going to put my hand right underneath the guitar, feel it, try to get below the bracing here. I don't want to be on the bracing. And I'm just going to feed this right on top, and I should get a good contact. There it is. So now I have that right on top of the guitar. And there are adhesive strips if you'd like to use, but then I can run my cord right underneath here so that I don't have any issue of having my guitar basically have the cable vibrate on top of the soundboard here. Okay friends, so this is what it looks like. Like I said, I have the magnet set up, and this is sitting on top of the soundboard so that this isn't flapping in my way. And then I have it on my sweater here so that the cable is out of the way. I know I'll probably get this as a question, so I'm running through a Roland Acoustic Horse AC33. And right now, here's my dry tone. I don't even have this engaged yet, right? So like I said before, the thing that differentiates this one from the NG-1 is this has a dynamic control right here. So here is without that. Without it, just says the acoustic. Okay, nice beautiful C chord. But now let's start to dial this in a little bit here. What's really advantageous about this is I don't have to keep going back to my amp and dialing in. I have all of the ability to do that right here. I have my amp pretty much kind of everything at 12 o'clock except for the volume. I have a little bit of reverb on. So really quite nice here. Seems that the high ends stay pretty good. Let's try the low end here. Nice. So it's really nice because as you're running this through the amp, there's no really modification to the tone. One of the problems with some other piezo pickups on the market is you get that really kind of tinny sound, and this sounds pretty much like the original guitar. So I really like it. It sounds quite rich. This product's for. I honestly think that this is product for those who are classical guitarists or fingerstyle guitarists or anybody who plays a nylon string instrument, maybe even just do strumming. I mean, it doesn't really matter. This can kind of handle all of it, but Somebody that maybe has a really nice instrument that doesn't want to put any modifications to it as far as like putting a pickup system in it or drilling holes, this is like the perfect solution for that, because look, I don't have to do any holes, still the natural guitar as it is, and it's really nice. I really find that this is really clear sounding, and still gives a really good representation of the natural instrument. It just sounds really good, and you'll notice that you can kind of hear some of the effects of like some of these gold bass. So if you're like a flamenco player and you do some of those gold bass, those are actually kind of amplified as well. And you know, it's pretty nice because I think it handles heavier attacks too. So if you're like really doing rest strokes, seems to handle that. Especially if it's quite delicate here. And it also sounds to me that if you want to do some like jazz or blues on it with it, you have some of those faster runs or, you know, more piccato type lines. Sounds like it works pretty well. So all of your kind of jazzy numbers, sounds like it works pretty well with that. So if you're a fingerstyle jazz player and you want to play some licks and things, sounds pretty cool. Anyway, so I hope you guys check out this product. I'll have all the links in the description. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. I'm gonna jam.